I met Ozzy Osbourne about 25 years ago when I was a junior in college doing a summer internship at Fox News Channel in Washington, D.C. Greta Van Susteren was nice enough to invite me along. She did a one on one interview with him at the Ritz Carlton. I remember being in my early 20s and completely in awe that I got to go along for this interview. But I'll be honest, I did not really know the significance of Ozzy Osbourne at the time. I just knew I was looking at a guy wearing some eyeliner. I spent that hour or so with him, with Greta and a photojournalist. And I thought I would just talk a little bit about what that was like because I can't really say much about his music career. I didn't listen to his music. I'm more of a Handel or Bach fan. I also didn't watch much of the reality TV show that he was in, though I watched some of it. But it's rare that a nobody like me gets to spend an hour or so with somebody like him and see what he's like when he's off camera, when he's not performing for people. So, the first thing I noticed about him, other than the fact that he definitely has his own aesthetic, which most people know, was that he acted like a completely normal person you would never have known if you didn't know that he was of the fame that he was. And I found him to be just quiet, actually quiet and humble. I've read a lot of news reports that he had this larger than life personality. And maybe when he was on TV, he did. But what I remember about that hour was that actually he was quiet. When he was doing the interview, of course, he was talking, but otherwise, you didn't walk away saying, wow, that guy, you couldn't get a word in edgewise. He was actually a pretty good listener. He has been open about his alcohol and drug use during his music career. And I did notice what seemed to be some of the effects of that. But he was a pretty normal guy. Fox News Channel published this article. Ozzy Osbourne's death has tributes pouring in from music legends and celebrities across the globe. They have a statement from Elton John saying that Ozzy Osbourne is one of the funniest people that he knows. And I also remember that. I remember seeing a lot of laughter during that interview. And 25 years ago, Fox News Channel and frankly, cable news in general was a lot less divisive than it is today. But even then, there were a lot of celebrities who would not have gone on Fox News Channel. In fact, I remember interning and then eventually producing for the morning show Fox and Friends. And there were a few celebrities, even while I was there, for the short time I was there, that declined bookings because they didn't want to be on Fox News. It's interesting to me now looking back on it that Ozzy Osbourne was okay with being on Fox News Channel. I met a lot of D-listers, you would call them, celebrities who did not have the same recognition or fame of Ozzy Osbourne, who acted like, frankly, they deserved to have that recognition. And you knew it when you went to get them at the front desk to bring them back to the green room. But Ozzy Osbourne was different. I never got that sense about him. I never got the sense that he felt like I was lucky to get to be in the same room with him. And I've always appreciated meeting people like that because it really says something that when you don't have to act like a nice person because nobody's watching but the summer intern, that you still act kindly towards people who you're really not going to get anything from. And only now am I learning that actually Ozzy Osbourne and I had something in common, and that is farming. Well, maybe not farming, but he writes in his autobiography that he worked in a slaughterhouse as a young guy. And he writes here, I grew to like the slaughterhouse. I got used to the smell. And once I'd proved myself as a puke remover, they promoted me to cow killer. And he goes on to talk about how you would get kicked in the groin area, and it was unmentionably painful. And he says, my clothes were soaked in blood. My shoes were full of blood. My hair was matted with blood. And there were all kinds of other unmentionable substances. No one would sit next to me on the bus for weeks. I reeked so bad. And if anyone knows what it's like to stink, not necessarily from slaughtering a cow, but just from farming in general, it is me. So anyway, I send my best to his family. Whatever you think about Ozzy Osbourne, his career, his personal life, I'm grateful for all the opportunities I've had throughout the years to meet people who have lived a far different life than I have. Now, if you sing Ozzy Osbourne songs in the shower or you sing someone else's songs in the shower, you need teeth. And if you want to protect your teeth and the longevity of your teeth, you should go to greenpasture.org and use promo code Allison. You'll get 10% off their products. But if you want the product that I take, though there are lots there worth buying, I take the fermented cod liver oil concentrated butter oil blend every day. I used to get cavities all the time. I used to go to the dentist every 6 months, just like you're supposed to. And every 6 months, they would tell me I had a new cavity. I was clearly vitamin D deficient. This product not only has vitamin D, it has vitamin A and K, along with a bunch of omega 3s. And it's a great product if you're somebody who's got immune system deficiency of some kind, you've got fibromyalgia, you're tired all the time. It's just full of great stuff, but I love it for the dental health properties. A, D, and K, which all work together to give your body the best bioavailability for it. If you just took a cod liver oil or you just took a butter oil, you wouldn't be getting the same kind of benefits. That's why they're blended together. And the cod liver oil is fermented also to make it easier for your body to absorb. So to greenpasture.org, go to greenpasture.org, promo code Allison, 10% off, and I'll see you next time.